Bring the flame. AP watch on my wrist like time talk. Chains on me, dance when I sidewalk. Pressure make diamonds, now I'm set. Legend in motion, I ain't peaked yet. Legendary, yeah. Legendary, yeah. Dropping dimes, came from the mud, now I'm ready. Legendary, talk to him. Legendary, let's ride. Call, chain on froze, but the fire won't die. QB1, that's me in the sky. I'm legendary. Yeah. Watch me fly, watch me fly, watch me fly. That's me fly. Colin. Watch me fly, watch me fly. Y'all still think I'm just Prime's kid. Check the stats on what legendary is. From HBCU nights to the league's big stage. I ain't skip steps, I embrace the cake. Perfect timing, I love is grind. Wrote my name in the stars, now it's signed. Every down, every snap I pray, cause I know legends get crowned on game day. Legendary, yeah. Legendary, yeah. Dropping dimes, came from the mud, now I'm ready. Legendary, talk to him. Legendary, let's ride. Huh. Chain on frost, but the fire won't die. QB1, that's me in the sky. I'm legendary. Watch me fly, watch me fly, watch me fly, watch me fly. Watch me fly, watch me fly, watch me fly. Legacy don't come in a jersey. It comes in moments. I'm not just wearing the name, I'm living it. Shedeur!
I didn't come to fit in. I came to change it all.
808 slamming, cry. Let's go! Let's go! From 2 to 12, but I'm 1 in the flesh. Holy shook, I apply that pressure. Prime's my pops, but I made my way. Cleveland cold, but I bring the flame. AP watch on my wrist like time talk. Chains on me, dance when I sidewalk. Pressure made diamonds, now I'm set.
Hey, that Eric Jackson. That him for real. That you for real, my dog. Boy, I've been trying to get this live going for the last hour. Well, I appreciate y'all for the one that did come through when I went live on my phone just then. What going on, Eric? Well, we about to talk about you right now. We about to talk about you right now. Look at it, he done popped in my live, bro. Finally, we on here. Hit that like button, subscribe and share, tell your friend about that money, man. You already know, man. I'm telling you, NFL tried to stop me, bro. They were colluding against me. They were colluding against me because they had messed up my computer. I see it. I was on his page last night. I don't want to put your business out there, but it say 55-year-old Georgia resident Colorado Buff fan who initially sued under John Doe but later revealed himself as Eric Jackson. We in there. Now, I got them pull this up. This on ChatGPT, man. This my main source right here. I'm telling you, boy. I ain't want to do it to you, but I had to break it down. You know, I was doing some research. I got your video pulled up right here when you was on the other thing, too, because we were going to look at that. But appreciate you for being here. And I got here. I was trying to let everybody come back in. But, yeah, they colluded against me. But we back. They couldn't hold me down. But court allegations in the lawsuit, Sherman Antitrust Act, NFL team allegedly colluded to suppress Shedeur's draft stock. Civil Rights Act, this is what he doing right here. Racial discrimination, consumer protection laws. Hey, you got smart on this one. Claimed that the NFL misrepresented the fairness and transparency of the draft, and they did. Yeah, I know, but I ain't got to the good stuff yet. Defamation. Sanders was slandered as too cocky and unprepared, entitled, daddy's boy, what else? Arrogant, entitled, what else? Y'all throw out a name out there. You should do it. but lead influence draft decision. What happened in the court? He filed the case on May 1st in Northern District of Georgia, representing himself. He demanded early discovery to obtain NFL internal communications, scouting reports, interview footage, draft room discussions, and even 61-page arbitration report on collusion involving black quarterback like Lamar Jackson. Now look, this where mine come in at. This where I come in at right here. This the whole point of me going live and talking about this. It did early discovery for this interview footage. Y'all already know. We've been talking about them the New York Giants interview tapes. You know we want them things released and we want to see it. We've been in here talking about it since day one. Now I'm telling you. So you know I add my trusted source. What about that discovery? Is it possible that he could get the interview tapes? And y'all already know I'm jumping straight to it. We have a negative turn. They got what you do. Yup. Every negative turn. Mr. Jackson, Eric Jackson, you still in here? You still in here? I need you to listen to this if you still in here. Can we get the Giants interview tapes? Yes, but only if discovery is granted. If the judge allows discovery, especially early discovery with Jackson, is specifically requesting, then he can formally subpoena the Giants or the NFL for video auto recordings or Shedeur interviews, internal scouting evaluation, draft board notes or rankings, written communication between Giants exec and league officials. I want to see the tapes, Braun the Diva said. I want to see the tape. And I'm telling you, I ain't even got to pull it up. Like I said, I just had to get back on it. But y'all know, we sat here and analyzed Jackson Dart draft interview tape, and we concluded that he had an open notebook that was blank. It was no install plays in that notebook he had. Because I told y'all what an install is. Install is where you go learn the plays and you write down, take notes, whatever the coach said, the protection calls, the blocking scheme, what the running back doing, what the receiver doing, what your first read is, your second read is, your third read is, all that type stuff. They didn't get to do an install playbook. Albert be lying, Mary Kate be lying, the big fat dude with the bald head that was over there next to Albert, he be lying, talking about they do that to every quarterback. No, they do not. Because the install is teaching the plays. You don't catch errors in the install meeting. You get taught the plays in the install meeting. But this is my main point right here. Can he get that discovery and get it granted and possibly, I ain't saying it's going to happen, but possibly get the New York Giants interview tapes released? Because that's why I said, maybe. Legal barriers he must overcome. Prove relevance. He must convince the judge the interview is central to his claim that Shedeur was unfairly defamed or suppressed in the draft. There's clearly relevance. Because they colluded. That's why they put all them narratives out. They colluded. Overcome NFL confidentiality. Y'all know I'm country folk. The NFL and Giants will argue the tapes are proprietary, protected under CBA guidelines or internal privacy policies. This probably what can stop it. If the Giants come out and say this right here, it's private property, baby. You know what I'm saying? And they may seek a protective order to keep the tape sealed, even if produced. So, like, if the Giants do this, then it make them look bad, even worse than what they already look bad, because we already know they were lying. But at the same time, I figure if it do come into light and Shedeur do or did what they said, then okay, we gotta take it like it is. But we still don't know. But from what I know about Shedeur and what I done seen, I don't see him acting like that, what they said at all. And then standing there fan Jackson and not Shedeur, agent of the Lord or relative. The court may see he doesn't have the right to access personal or confidential material involving a third party, especially if Shedeur himself hasn't requested it. Now, Shedeur ain't even worried about that. He ain't even worried about none of this. But he ain't got to, because we doing it. Shedeur ain't worried about none of this. But like I said, he ain't got to, because we doing it. It's on there and they're clear. No one saw him dropping so far. Shedeur is good enough to go overcome it, but it's not right. It ain't right. And it ain't never been right, because they been colluding. This ain't the first time. That's why Kaepernick won his case. But then he messed up when they tried to give him another chance. But they tried to make up for it. Because they know they were wrong. But it's all about the bottom line is all about the dollar, man. It's all about the dollar. And like I told y'all in my other live, I said it's just like a stock. It's just like a stock in the stock market. I'm just gonna use Apple. I'm gonna use this reference again for the people that didn't hear. It's just like you got Apple, right? You got that iPhone. You done bought the Apple stock. Apple stock at $200. I think that's what it actually is right now. It's at $200, right? So then the news come out and say Apple ain't making iPhones no more. Apple ain't making iPhones no more. They ain't doing what they good at. The stock plummet and drop all the way to the 5th round. The stock go from $200 down to $100. What you think gonna happen when them big institutions, mainly the NFL in this point, see that Apple went from 200 to 100 and they know Apple is good. They know what Apple is, they know what Apple can do, and they understand what Apple stands for in the future Apple got. But for some reason, the stock crashed down to $100. What you think them institutions doing? They buying it up. So get what the Browns did. They got Shedeur for a steep discount. They came out the GM mouth. They got Shedeur for a steep discount. At the time, we didn't understand what it meant. But over time, it got revealed. And I'm telling you, that's what it means. That's exactly what it is. If I can get a franchise caliber quarterback for $4.6 million instead of $46 million, my return on investment gonna be humongous. Everybody else bought them at $200. I got it at $100. So when it run back to $200, I done made $100. Why you just made $1? Cam Ward, let's see. Let's see. I'm telling you, what could be on the tape? Body language or tone that was misinterpreted, evidence of baiting questions or bias, a neutral or even strong interview contradicting worst ever reports. I'm still waiting on who the anonymous is. I'm getting tired of hearing anonymous this, anonymous scout this team that team this. Name the anonymous scout, name the team, Albert. I want to know who it is, since you know. But you're lying, because you don't know. That's why you keep saying anonymous, because you don't know. Just making up stuff. Anything what you're doing, they ain't just stick. Lawsuit dismissed early. Can he get the tape? No. That's the only thing, the back thing right here. If the judge don't grant the discovery. Very likely, if no standard. Discovery granted, possibility he can get the tape. Unlikely, but not impossible. Judge order subpoena? Yes. Requires strong justification. I think we just made a good strong justification. Protective order filed, tapes sealed, almost certain if guaranteed. Key leverage point. If Shedeur Sanders himself later joins the legal action or files his own suit, access to interview tape becomes more likely and much more powerful. He not doing that, though. He not doing none of that. Yeah, I heard he had won another lawsuit. I ain't know what it was. I was more focused on this one. But y'all see why I wanted to go live now? That's why I wanted to go live, so I can show y'all this. So, like, Shedeur not going to sue the NFL, because that'll be a Kaepernick. That basically be a Kaepernick for real. You know, he'll basically be. They'll collude against him even more, but they'll find a way around it and say they didn't collude. If he sued the NFL, why he in the NFL? They're not gonna do that. I don't think he ain't gonna get banned. They just ain't no team gonna want him. Ain't no team gonna want him, so he'll probably sit there as a free agent until he ready to retire. Then he'll definitely have to go to Canada then. But they're the only other play. If he wanted to go to Canada, then yeah, go ahead and sue the NFL and get all. Yeah, he can get all his money plus some back. He ain't like, if he sue the NFL, he definitely not playing in the NFL. I will only do that if I'm not playing in the NFL. But that's what I skip. I jump straight to my stuff. So what impact can it have on the NFL if he is able to get discovery? Discovery is legal process where each party in the lawsuit can obtain evidence from the other side before the trial. This includes internal emails, meeting transcript, private draft notes, scouting reports, video interviews, communication between team execs and NFL leadership. Early discovery requested before a formal trial is approved is rarely granted unless a judge sees a plausible chance that important evidence exists. If discovery is granted, potential impact, NFL transparency get tested. This something they probably don't want to happen. So now, if this does happen, and now everybody gonna be okay. Let's see it. Let's put it on the blockchain. Y'all don't know what that is. That's crypto. Yeah, I'm cooking, boy. I'm cooking. Appreciate you. But look, if the NFL got to be transparent, I'm gonna tell you right now, they might as well get a blockchain for real. Y'all don't know what a blockchain is. Basically, a blockchain is crypto. It's a crypto currency platform that has every crypto transaction on it. So basically, it's transparent to where anybody can go look up that transaction. You can't hide the transaction. That's basically what a blockchain is. That's the simplest version of blockchain. So it can be used and created for almost anything if you set it up for that situation. So in this case, all the communications, the draft stuff, videos, communications, text messages, emails, and all that will go on the blockchain. So we can like literally go on the computer and search New York Giants draft interview 2025 and find Shedeur video and watch it. Or Jackson Dart or whoever video they interviewed, that would be the blockchain. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But it'll reveal backdoor communication between teams, expose internet intentional narrative manipulation, make Shedeur Sanders slide, uncover racial coded language or bias around NIL era black quarterbacks. I tell you, impact, the NFL may face renewed accusations of systemic discrimination, collusion, and brand manipulation beyond Sanders. That means previous players that been in the league, yep, knows too. Previous players been in the league, players in the league right now, players that thought they should have been drafted higher, all that would come out. And then it probably wouldn't even be no NFL no more, to be honest. But some of that stuff probably get thrown out because they wouldn't even have no real reason or real case to build. Sets a dangerous precedent for the league. If a fan with no direct stake gets discovered, it opens the door for public lawsuits to challenge league decisions, could trigger future lawsuits from fans, players, agents, or watchdog organizations. The NFL ironclad PR and contract secrecy. I don't even know what that word is. I ain't even gonna lie. Secrecy. That's what it is. Secrecy starts to crack. Impact. Owners may push to tighten arbitration clauses or adjust CBA rules to prevent this in the future. They would definitely do that. They would definitely do that. That collusion report showed collusion. The judge didn't put it down. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that like you got caught with your hand in the cookie jar, like Buddy said, and you just got to slap on the wrist. Don't do that again. You ain't get punished. Ohio and how, but what's up? Shedeur Sanders narrative gets rewritten. This is why I said he'll clear his name. If Discovery showed he was unfairly slandered, teams coordinated evaluation, interview footage was edited or misused, his camp could pursue legal action, launch a reputation rebuild, use it as leverage in endorsement, content deals, or contract negotiation. Impact. This reframes Shedeur as a victim of systemic suppression, not attitude or performance. That's what they are already doing. They could pursue, that's why they threaten with legal action if the tape do get released. The Watson, Lamar, Jackson link provides evidence. If Jackson's request also pulls and documents from the 2022-2025 NFLPA collusion case, it could expose how league leaders created informal policies after the Deshaun Watson deal, which they actually did. That's what we just Savage just said. They actually did do it, but they ain't get punished. Show bias against guaranteed contracts, specifically for black quarterbacks. They did do that. Reveal targeted suppression of confident or independent players. They did do that. So, but we see the big dog still gonna be the big dog because he got all the money, so he can get off. I'm trying to put it in layman terms. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share, tell your friend about that money, man. You are running, but we cooking in here. I'm telling you, this is why I didn't want to spoil it. I told y'all when I was on my phone and it didn't want me to go live, and this is why. Impact. Even if teams weren't officially colluding, the perception of collateral collusion, that's my word right there, becomes hard to deny. I told y'all about the collateral. That was the video I was working on. I'm trying to get it out. But it takes forever to edit them videos. Who you talking about? South Nut Sack. What? All I was in the chat says you do that. We're on the court. Absolutely not. He had 6 different coaches. He did. Rooney Rule. He was entitled. Oh, South Sack. I'm there reading. I was cooking real quick. Let me get back to it. Massive PR fallout. ESPN, YouTube creator X, TikTok will explode with leaked docs, videos, and narrative. You know I will be on it first and foremost. Shedeur with blackball becomes a mainstream narrative. It already is. The NFL will likely go into damage control mode, issuing statements, pressuring networks, or quietly selling it. PR damage could last longer than any courtroom loss. I'm telling you now. Y'all better start using this thing more than just for recipes. No. Entitlement is when you think you deserve something because of who you are, not what you done did. Discovery granted internal strategy exposed. Draft room access shows real-time bias narrative control. Evidence of pattern may connect Shedeur to Watson / Lamar's saga. No actual collusion found. Still damages brand via perception. Media firestorm undermines league credibility. I think people still watch the NFL. If Eric Jackson's lawsuit is dismissed, Discovery could trigger a public reckoning, especially if it reveals coordinated anti-guarantee submitted post-Watson, negative framing of NIL era black quarterbacks, suppressed or ignored evaluations of Shedeur. Hey. Yeah, you right, me, Evelyn. Let me stay there right now. Appreciate y'all for coming in here. Hit that like button. Tell me if we own it. I got 128 people with 40 likes. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Now I done broke that down. Let's go ahead and take a look at the interview that he did. I think it was like a month ago.
Playing from Savagev.
Is the consumer part of it. And that's where the antitrust kick in. Whenever you're doing that and you're affecting people who consume your product, that's when you're protected by the law.
So tell me, what do you want to get out of this lawsuit? What exactly do you expect to come out of this lawsuit?
I want them to realize that they are not allowed to do or carry themselves in that manner. They have been running roughshod over players for years. And like I say, they just recently had an arbitration against them that found them guilty of collusion. Back in December of 2024, just like this past December. That's with Kyle Murray, Lamar Jackson, and 3 other black quarterbacks.
Hey, that's what we were just talking about with the K, where they just, to the public, we just found out last week, but they been made a verdict in January. He already knew about it because, he was keeping up with it. I wasn't keeping up with it. A lot of us weren't keeping up with it. But this is what he talking about.
So the arbitrator found them guilty of collusion, but that he did not punish them. So as a matter of fact, I'm on my way to the courthouse now to file a motion to serve the subpoena to get that arbitration report.
He on point. But y'all know me, just in my head, boy. He was looking hard left and right, boy. He was not trying to get... He looked like he was looking for the police to come stop him from going to the courthouse, boy.
And to get all of that investigation.
You can't be serious. This is a TLP exclusive. You can't be serious right now.
I am.
Ain't nobody got no victim mentality, dude. Bruh, you just getting here. We been debunking everything. It ain't no victim mentality. Every time a black man get down, he got to be a victim. No, he not a victim. We not saying he a victim. We saying tell the truth. Quit lying and tell the truth. Ain't nobody no victim. Ain't nobody saying he a victim. Like, bro, we ain't playing that card. We saying tell the truth. Quit lying. He's a threat. He ain't no victim. He a threat. That's what he is. And that's exactly what the NFL seen. A threat. What they look at seeing Dion. A threat. Ain't no victim over here. A black man walking in here, excellence. That ain't a victim. That's a threat. Like, boy, get your words right now. Quit trying to play okay, he black, he a victim. No. Ain't no victim. Ain't nobody said that. That's what you think. Because that's what you've been trained to think.
Y'all tell me, am I missing a zero? Am I missing some zeros on that million?
Look,
am I missing zeros on there?
Look, there's the courthouse right here. That's the U.S. courthouse right here in Atlanta.
Stop playing.
Right there to go file a motion.
So, Eric, this lawsuit is real.
It's real.
You plan on carrying this thing out all the way?
Man, I'm trying to put together now something. I'm looking at a company now to be able to manage and to manage the data. As far as discovery goes, I need somebody to treat the data as if it's you know what I'm saying, where we're going to be able to manage it, be able to access it.
All right, so he dropped out. His signal went again.
We keep losing him at the good parts.
I know. Hey, Panda, am I missing some zeros on that million, or is that how you write a million?
Now I was just looking at your name, Harry Billion.
I'm wait till you get back on. It's still playing though. But now, like, I don't know nothing about all this. All I know is what I just read to y'all. I ain't in the law like that. You know what I'm saying? I know a little bit, but I ain't in it like what he's saying. So I'm learning too at the same time, but I do understand when somebody lying. You know what I'm saying? I do understand that. And what I'm saying is, all we want is the truth to be told and why this Shedeur fall. Did y'all collude against this boy? Yes, y'all did. Just like he said, in this NFL case, it was proven that they colluded, but they did not get punished. So guess what's going to happen? They're going to do it again. And guess what did happen? They did it again. They did it again. Like I told y'all, the case got a verdict in January. The draft was in April. So guess what happened? I told y'all they put out these narratives so it didn't look like they were colluding, but they were soft colluding. That was ChatGPT word they used. They said soft colluding. And we already know Shedeur was collateral collusion to the Deshaun Watson contract. The fully guaranteed Deshaun Watson contract, he was collateral collusion. Let me get it out now.
It's all good, brother. It's all good. How have you gone on any other shows and talk?
Appreciate you, Caleb Daniel. $40. I'm making a list of players who were outstanding in college, but were average in the NFL. I have Michael Crabtree and Darren McFadden so far. If you agree with those two, who else you add to the list? Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. I had to think on that to add to the list, but I'm focused on this right now. But I get back with you.
Talked about this?
No, I mean I haven't talked to nobody, but I'm at the process now to where I got to figure out how to monetize it because of the resources that we're going to need to. Like I say, I need to set up a data management system to be able to manage the amount of data that we're going to be able to access. Because what the main things I'm going to target. Like right now, I'm finna go drop off the subpoena to the actual arbitrator that was the judge during that process. So I got his information. So I drafted up all the motion and the paperwork and the subpoena last night. I'm finna go file that now. And then my next move is going to be against Boomer Esiason because I need to get his all the source and information that he put out there. And then I'm going after the Giants. Because they fired their star what do you call that guy? The people that oversee their draft process. The number one guy, they let him go.
What I told y'all. Go watch my very first video. My very first interview tape video. The live stream. I said that. I told you they fired that scout. Yup. They fired that scout, and I had a picture up there. I said his name, too. I said, this the one they fired, because he wasn't even on the website no more. I told y'all, he the one that he probably was the anonymous scout that leaked that information or made it up. I'm telling you. Time will reveal it. Y'all thought I was lying then. No. I looked that up on the whim right then. I went and found that man's name and seen he had got fired. They said surprisingly fired. They scout. He was, like he said, he was one of the good scouts too. They surprisingly fired him. That was an article. You can go look it up and find it. I'm telling you. I was the first one and still is. Now it's just disconnecting to the interview tapes because of what he just said. And like I said, if he get that discovery and he able to access it, like he said, he going after Boomer Esiason, the arbitrator, and the Giants. And he probably going to go after the Saints, the Raiders, the Cleveland Browns. I'll go after all of them. The whole 32.
So they let him go. I think it was on the 2nd of May. I filed my lawsuit on the 1st of May, and they fired him on the 2nd of May. Well, they let him retire. Let me put it like that. They let him leave. But anyway, I'm definitely going after the Giants, and I'm glad that they put the video of Jackson Dart out, because if they got Jackson's Dart interview video, I'm pretty sure they got Shedeur's video, and we're gonna dispel all the rumors and lies that they did on that man.
So all right, so
I told y'all that too. I told y'all that too, bro. Exactly what he just said. I told y'all, if they got the tape of Jackson Dart, they got the tape of Shedeur. And we already, on my last live on the interview tape, I done did about 3 of them. We found out that it was an actual tape. Because you know they said there wasn't no tape and no audio. But then they come out with Jackson Dart. Okay. It was tape and audio. So who lying?
we got some questions in the chat. I'm just waiting to see the questions. Phil said, Phil, I appreciate your the $5 super chat. But so yeah, okay. So any questions you guys have? We have Mr. Eric Jackson. He's actually been on the show before when I was in Dallas. So so he's familiar with the show. So Eric, let me just ask you, just for Vanity's sake, just for Flex sake, are we the first show that you've come on to reveal this information since you filed the lawsuit, since it went viral?
This is the first time I've spoken to anybody other than the video interviews, the on-camera interviews with major media. This is the first podcast or YouTube channel that I've been on.
So this is a TLP Flex. I really appreciate you coming on here, man. Thank you so much. Like, this might go viral on its own. So,
Right.
Hey man, I appreciate you coming on. I really do appreciate it. But my panel member, he has a question too. So Panda Bear, go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Hey, Shedeur wasn't the only player to get prank called. You know what I mean? Look at the new information said. Why did the NFL release the arbitration report? He still in here. Appreciate you, my dog. But yeah, I was just going back to, the beginning, because a lot of people that be coming in my live, they ain't understand the whole situation, so I was breaking it down to them. But yeah, there's a lot more information that came out. But back to BD for real quick. Yeah, Shedeur wasn't the only player to get prank called. Now that's a whole different ball game over there, where the NFL need to figure out how these players' numbers getting released like that and to random people, and they just having the ability to just prank call them and play with they hard in their future like that. That's ridiculous, man. It's gonna get real interesting, especially if Mr. Jackson do what he need to do. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get real interesting. And I'm just saying, hey, this need to stop. I told y'all, if we don't talk about it, it's gonna keep happening. And you seen that they had ruled it in January, and what happened? They still colluded. They still colluded against Shedeur. After they got caught colluding, and they still did it. Because they didn't get no punishment. Got a slap on the hand on the wrist. Don't do that again. Then you run back out there and do it again. Your mama done hit you on you done came in the house, your mama done told you not to do it, hit you on the wrist, then you go back out there and do the same exact thing. Get what happened? You end up going to jail. That's exactly. Keep playing with that fire.
Good.
Where the other one at? I ain't even look at the other one. But he did 2 of them. Y'all go subscribe to his channel. He only got 17. They were the other one. They were the new one.
Really going on because if he hasn't practiced law for so long,
let me go back.
And he's saying,
so I think I have a couple of things working in my favor.
Yeah,
every time I swipe, a whole bucket of water is in my head. I'm like, what is going on? It's crazy hot in New York right now, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm experiencing the same feeling. It's like it's wet everywhere I go. I'm like, good Lord, I'm sweating like crazy.
I've seen people with hoodies on today, and I said no.
No, how could you?
Yeah, I said nah, yo. I said you're looking to have a heat stroke. All right, so the folks are here to for those of y'all who don't know, Eric approached me from when I went to TCU, and months later he hit me up that first date about that lawsuit. But before we get started, Eric, a lot of people don't know, we cannot assume, and maybe some people watching for the very first time, they just saw the flyer. Tell us a little bit about why you started this lawsuit, and or tell us a little bit about the lawsuit before we go into the new information. Let's just give some updates so that let's just remind the people so that some new, if anybody here is new that is not aware of what's going on, so we can bring up to speed. We can give people a little bit of time to join the live.
Well, I don't want to really get into the details of the why. Just that, you know what I'm saying, like you said in the opening of your show, the emotional distress that everyone felt on draft night, it kind of stuck with me. May 1st, I decided to go ahead and file a lawsuit. I filed my paperwork with the U.S. District Court here in the Northern District of Georgia. Right now, I'm kind of disappointed because I'm still waiting for a frivolity review to be conducted on the case before it can move forward. We're still waiting for that review to be completed, as well as certain motions for subpoenas and to give us access to discovery and a preservation order. I had asked the judge to issue an order instructing the NFL to protect certain documents and certain data and tapes or videos, phone calls and messages related to the draft. I'm still waiting for the judge to issue a ruling on those motions and to make that review. It's a good thing. I mean, we did get some good news last week. As of June 6th,
Don't get into too much of the new details here. Let's hold the
okay.
Let's hold the new juicy detail until more people come in. I just wanted to kind of give people an opportunity who were not aware of the original reason.
Got you.
Just kind of give them an introduction.
All right.
So
All right.
so when you first filed this, when we first talked, you said that a lot of people approached you and you told your story, and then when we had an opportunity to talk, you were saying that this is a real thing, right?
Yes.
This is like, it's because a lot of people in the media, they may think that this is some type of
joke,
right?
Parody, right?
Yeah. So talk a little bit about that as we give people time to come in.
I mean, when you see how they categorized it in the initial reporting, they just made it seem like it was a fan that's suing the NFL, and that would automatically, make people think that it's a joke or that it's not a serious legal matter. But I do have some litigation experience, so I will be trying to push forward as much as I can to try to get to the heart of the matter. We're going to move forward regardless on whether or not we get a favorable ruling from the judge. Like I explained to you earlier, there's certain provisions that was already granted in the early stages of me filing the paperwork.
BD. They ain't never gonna try to take a smart black man serious. A smart, confident black man. They ain't gonna never try to take him serious. They ain't never gonna try it. Cause he a threat. Like somebody who was a savage, somebody said they gonna try to sell it outside of court. D about Brady. Once again, I talked about that. He only got a minority state ownership. He ain't got too much power. Brady ain't got too much power to make decisions over there. I know what everybody thinking, everybody saying, but if you look at it, he got 5% or something like that. I had looked it up a while ago. 5%, you ain't got no voting power. You ain't got no say. I don't care who he is. Tom Brady, Brady Bunch, whatever. You hear what I'm saying? He ain't got too much voting power on that.
They gave me informal.
And then what you don't know is the stipulations and restrictions Tom Brady got. If Shedeur was on the Raiders, he wouldn't be able to talk to Shedeur no more because he can't talk to the players. He can't even go in the facilities. That's part of him having that minority stake in the Raiders. Look it up.
Proper status, which means that my legal fees and things of that nature would be covered by the court. That means that I don't have to pay for filing fees and things of that nature. So that allow me the opportunity to appeal it all the way up to the Supreme Court without having to worry about the fees in doing so. Also, I'm going at it without an attorney, pro se, and that would grant me some type of leeway with the court as well, because the court will recognize that I'm not being represented by an attorney. So the strictness of the adherence to the law, they'll grant me some leeway in that. So I think I have a couple of things working in my favor to allow us to get at least to discovery.
So yeah, I mean, that's just to let people know who may be out there thinking like this is a joke.
Hey, the man, if he can get it to that discovery, please ask for the interview tape first. I know it probably just a snippet of the totality of the whole situation, because I'm telling you, even if he just exposed the NFL a little bit, just a little bit, to where even if he do settle outside the courtroom, or maybe he take it to a point to where, okay, this enough, but expose some other stuff, I think that'll get the ball rolling. I really do think I think it'll get the ball rolling into just not the NFL, but a lot of these other big companies that be doing the same thing to their employees. Like, bro, you put a microscope, especially on the NFL, but situations and related situations like this, like, come on now. People be looking at stuff and trying not to do certain stuff just because they think it might even an inkling. Come on now. The problem with that statement is Tom spotted the Raiders' new GM and stated that they relied on Brady to help draft for the quarterback position. But they ain't picked one until the 6th round. They ain't picked one to the 6th round. Nah. Exactly. Derrick Henry. But or Jizzy, the Raiders, they like, if they never did extend Geno Smith, then I could see them drafting Shedeur. But since they extended Geno Smith because Pete Carroll, that's one of the reasons why I think they ain't even try to pursue. They ain't even try to pursue the Shedeur. I ain't saying they still could have got him, but I think that's why they didn't pursue Shedeur in the 1st round. Like I said, they had plenty of other chances to get him, but like I told y'all on my last live, I said in collateral collusion, the Browns was meant to draft Shedeur because he was a punishment for the Deshaun Watson. So it didn't matter what round. It didn't matter where Shedeur fell after the 5th round. The Cleveland Browns were going to draft him. Hey, you know who made that up?
Just kind of write it off as a joke. If the judge and the court is doing exactly what Mr.
We ain't never going to get through this. I ain't going to watch too much more of it. But I just told you. Tom Brady got restrictions. He wasn't gonna be able to talk to Shedeur like he been talking to Shedeur, because he his mentor. If he on the Raiders, he can't talk to him at all. But I get what you're saying. But I'm just telling you the other restriction. That may be why he didn't want to put his input in. Because they extended Geno Smith and the restriction. Even though that would be personal to Tom Brady, I don't think that would have had, a big effect on Shedeur if he was on the Raiders as far as not talking to him like that. Because they probably could talk in person, or out to the side. But text message, phone calls, nah.
The Jackson just said, that means that this is being taken seriously, at least, by him and the court. Now, public opinion, the court of public opinion is going to have a difference.
Lord.
Yeah, it's going to be litigated a little differently in the court of public opinion, because when you're suing for this amount of money and you are not connected with the parties that were in the draft, some people would say, well, why is he doing this? What type of, what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not suing the NFL for a actual member of the draft. I'm suing them on behalf of myself as me being a consumer of NFL product. Right. That's where the antitrust come in, and that's where the consumer protection laws come in. Those are the main causes of action in this lawsuit. Like I say, the sensationalism from the press is geared more to the fan aspect of the lawsuit. Yeah, I am a fan, but I'm not suing the NFL as a fan. I'm suing the NFL as a consumer of their product, and they colluded, and they violated antitrust laws, and they violated consumer protection laws.
What's the difference? What's the difference between a fan and a consumer? Those two things, as the court sees it, what's the difference?
A fan would not have standing, as you would say, or grounds to sue, but as a consumer, on the cause of an action that I filed would give me standing. So, they're gonna say it happened to Shedeur, it didn't happen to you.
Okay.
Right. But me being a consumer of an NFL product would happen to me. That's a direct impact on me.
Okay. Now, have you? How are you dealing this? How are you dealing with this online? Again, guys, I just want to let you guys know we're kind of like bringing everybody up to speed. If you're not familiar with what's going on, I'm trying to bring you up to speed before we give you the new update. Before we go into the nitty gritty of what's that update helps or hurt Mr. Jackson's case. So, trying to bring you up to date. But yeah, I wanted to know.
Criticism. I mean, I know people are going to say that, hey, he's this, he's that, but I'm very confident in who I am. Because from time to time, whenever there's a new fouling or anything like that, I don't know if I have you clued in or not, I usually do a press release. And I give them updates on different actions that I make in the case and things of that nature. And I usually get responses. I usually get, if I don't get a phone call or email, I usually get a text message, and they want to know the specific details. And usually they'll follow up with the actual printing of a story. But since, I guess towards the end of May, it's like radio silence with the reporters.
Oh, wow. Okay. I mean,
they trying to control that narrative. I'm trying to find the update. That's what I'm trying to find. I don't know where it's at. I ain't watched this video, but I'm trying to find the update. But like I told y'all, they trying to control that narrative. Just like I had read the article, it was like saying like he don't have, this is ridiculous that he filed and this and all that. How can he connect that to him? So you mean the president come out and say something to make these people do something illegal that ain't connecting? He up here starting terror wars, trade wars, nuclear wars. That's affecting me. So guess what we're gonna do? We're just gonna sue the government. Hey, let's all of us as a collective United States of America get together and sue the government. Because it's affecting us. We connected. We physically connected. It is. It hurt my pocket bad. I know it hurting y'all. Got the stock market doing this right here. Like we in the part of just going up and down. Just like this. Yeah, he should have said he should have got drafted over, but still though, the NFL owners don't like him. It ain't even, you can call them that 420, but at the same time, this a family business. I'm not gonna cut you in on the bottom line. You ain't about to mess up my bottom line, and I ain't about to cut you in. This a family business. I'm not gonna let an outsider come muscle me for a guaranteed contract to mess up my bottom line when I'm making all this return on investment for paying them cheap. That's why I told y'all in my collateral collusion, I said they'll go around and and draft the boy in the first round to replace that vet, because they can get that draft, they can get that rookie in the first round for $40 million for 5 years, and they ain't got to pay that vet $100 million for 5 years. That's why they be getting released when they a vet asking for all that money, unless they the franchise cornerstone of the franchise, like Myles Garrett. You can demand $100 million. Ain't nobody, you ain't finding another one of them. You get what I'm saying?
The NFL is, you already know how how deep the NFL goes, right?
Yeah.
They kind of control, all media aspects. If you deal from the Cleveland Browns in 2022, the NFL Players Association, that's the NFLPA, argued that owners influenced by backlash to the Watson deal informally agreed not to offer a
my way. You do your business.
But like I said,
I think he realized the league wanted it more than the union, because I think the union under Lloyd Howell was far less concerned about winning this case than the union under D. Smith.
So we'll stop it right there. That's enough. We'll stop it right there, because that's a lot of people out there. Then how is it that?
Hey, did the video I watched, what I was talking about, I watched the video. They do it again. They'll do it to anybody, mainly the black, but they'll do it again. Or Jizzy, quit working OT, man. Quit working OT, man. Come on, man. We got to get financially literate, man. Quit working that hard, man. I'm going to tell you, look, you can do it if you want to. You can do it if you want to. But I'm just going to say this. Ain't no problem with it. I ain't saying there's a problem with it. I'm just saying what I learned. I'm just going to speak from what I learned. That same amount of time you spending over there overtime, you could be reading a book, learning a skill, which is the stock market. Learning that skill that'll pay you way more than that overtime ever could, and you ain't even got to lift a finger but to buy it and to sell it. Look, you can make great money in the stock market. We just got to learn how to do it. I'm telling you, did just me. I ain't telling you to stop. You can do whatever you want to. You're a grown man. I'm just telling you what I done learned and what I'm doing. It's plenty other ways to make money nowadays. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I was working an hourly job. I get paid more sitting at the computer for 2 hours a day than I was working that full-time job.
How is it that they ruled in favor of the NFL?
Well, like I say, the report to me, I haven't read it all, but I feel like it's
Yes, Travis can be considered a franchise player, and he actually.
somewhat controversial or conflicting. Um, but like I said, I won't know until I get the actual report from the arbitrator. Then I can compare it to what's being reported and find out what the findings are when you start getting into conclusions of law and findings of fact. And you can pinpoint them on that. And if we do get to deposition, then we can pretty much, ask him why, when you had this evidence and that evidence, why didn't you make this finding? Here you listed that your conclusions or your findings of fact and your conclusions of law is this, this, this. But you have evidence here that supports a different ruling or a different finding. These are the type of things that we'll be able to get into as we get further into discovery.
And I know this is what we just said we don't want to talk about, but why is it that the arbitrator can't call the owners a bunch of liars, right? You don't have to answer that. It's a rhetorical, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like it ties. I can say it. You don't say it. Don't join this part. But yeah, I mean, the questions are popping up in my head. I'm like, okay, so if it's an arbitrator, someone who is neutral, who has no interest in this thing, and is just a neutral party, you come in, and if there are a bunch of liars, then is it decorum or is it why is it that he can't call the owners a bunch of liars? That is something that interests me as a consumer. That's the one that we are now. I'm not a fan no more. I'm a consumer. All right. So Mr. Eric will be right back. He has to answer his phone because whenever his phone rings and he's live, I believe he has it kicks him out. So he'll be back. But yeah, but as a consumer, like, are y'all feeling what I'm feeling out there? Because I don't want Eric to be the one to kind of talk about this. I just want to make sure. Eric, just log off and log back on. I'm gonna remove you and then just log back on whenever you're ready.
Hey, player association working for the owner. I ain't gonna say all that, but they still got a bottom line. The bottom line, the money. The bottom line is still the money. I mean, NFLPA get part of Shedeur jersey sales. I think Shedeur should get a whole 100%. But hey, I don't know. I don't know about that, cause I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Patrick. I gotta think on that one. I don't know about that. We about to listen to a little bit more. Then I gotta get off, man. That's why I wanted to go live when I wanted to go live, but the computer was messing up. Yup.
Hear me, Eric?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. I don't know if you can answer this question, but is this a situation of too big to fail? You know? Don't answer if it's gonna hurt you. You know?
I mean, I don't believe anybody's too big to fail.
Yeah, it's just sending like mixed messages, because when you have arbitration, if you're a little guy and you're going against a big guy, you're like, okay, so if I have a case like Florio or whatever his name is, whatever he said, he's saying, bro, like the evidence are right there.
Well, let me put it this way: the difference between Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson and the quarterbacks and myself is I have access to the courts. They don't, because they're under contract with the NFL, which requires them to go to arbitration.
Mm-hmm. Good point. So, and you said earlier that arbitration is pretty much denying you access to the court.
Correct.
So if they deny you access, you can't collect the data that you're seeking.
Correct.
Because with the data, it helps you to actually, right?
Now, I think with arbitration, they do have rules of evidence or rules of discovery. So they may have, I don't know. I don't know what the rules of their arbitration is because I'm not part of that system. But like I say, I'm pretty sure they're set up and they operate as if it's a court.
Okay.
As if it's a court of law. So I'm pretty sure that all the rules of the court of law pertains to arbitration.
Ain't nobody pick him up, Sabbath, because he wanted that fully guaranteed contract. It wasn't nobody gonna do it. Like you said, collusion, but that's the reason. Because he wanted that fully guaranteed contract and wasn't nobody gonna do it. The Falcons should have got Lamar Jackson, but they didn't want to. Arthur Blank, Arthur Blank, he is one of the owners that I know for sure that don't want no drama at all in his organization. Cause ain't nowhere in the world he shouldn't have brought back Michael Vick. He should have brought back Michael Vick. He should have did everything he needed to do to keep Michael Vick out of jail. But he ain't do none of that. It's a family business. He ain't selling the team.
Don't quote me on that. I'm not no expert. I'm not no attorney, so I don't know. I'm just saying this is what I would assume.
Neither am I. I am no expert. I'm no attorney. Again, I'm a content creator. Please do me a favor and hit that like button if you can. Also, if you don't mind subscribing to the channel, I would appreciate that. We are on our way to 18,000 subscribers, and we're almost there. Just a few more subscribers, and we will be at 18,000 subscribers on our way to 20. Because I have plans for each milestone. So, thank you so much. If this content is somewhat valuable to you, please subscribe to the channel. All right. So, how does this hurt or help your case, or how is it related to your case?
It does both. It impacts the case based off they're controlling the narrative. Like I say, by them releasing it, they can control what they want out in the atmosphere versus what's real and what's not real. It's always best to get out in front of, like I say, they could have information that the judge is about ready to issue the subpoenas. And this could be an attempt of them getting out in front of that. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a clue, but I don't know what their legal strategy is in releasing this. All I do know is why now? Why release it now? It wasn't like that the report was concluded yesterday and you released it. The report was concluded months ago, right before the Super Bowl. Why didn't you release it then? So, I do know that it's a strategic, something strategic behind it. Like I say, Florio, he's a known NFL insider, so who else best to get their story out? Like I say, I did find some nuggets in it. There's extensive discovery reference in the report.
Don't share the nuggets if it's if it supports you. Like let it be a surprise.
No. I mean, like I say, you asked me for some of the pros and cons of the report, and I'm like, hey, the con is that they're controlling the narrative, and some of the pros is some of the pieces of evidence within the report that, that I think would be beneficial.
Miss Anyway says, ask him, do you know who the Ole Miss guy is that made the prank call to Shedeur? I think we kind of know. We know who that person was, right? Hey,
I'm gonna stop it right there. If y'all want to continue this, we gonna do a whole nother live. Just say y'all want to do a part 2. Just put that in the chat real quick so I can get a hand, a count of hands. who want to continue it. 'Cause I think they're real good, you know, even though we ain't watching the whole thing in the totality right now. But and then we end up having the man that we were listening to right here come in the chat while we were live. But yeah, it's a whole big thing going on, man. It's deeper than just Shedeur. I tell you that. With the first video content in it. What you talking about? What first video? The one he did? The other one? Yeah, I'm gonna make a whole single video, you know, when I upload. Instead of doing the live stream. I'll do the live stream because I like to communicate. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, you know, we'll go back to that one. But he said, you know, like he said, this was the new information that was coming up. But you know, we ain't got an hour and some change. That's why I wanted to go live when I wanted to go live at 7:30, but my computer was acting stupid. So we had to do what we had to do. But yeah, now it ain't making a whole lot of sense. Everything connecting. That's why I said we putting 1, 2 to make 3. BD, you the only one that said. But yeah, ain't nobody talking about like that besides Buddy that interviewed him, you know what I'm saying? But ain't nobody talking about that loss, just like they ain't talking about the collusion case like that. They ain't talking about that. Cause just like he said, they trying to control the narrative. And then he said the reporter stopped hitting them up, getting updates and all of that. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You know what that is. You know what that is. Look, hey, they done paid us. They done paid us off, but they told us to shut up. Or they gonna sue us. So we gonna stop. Cause they ain't messing with their bottom line now. But this thing can get tremendously bigger than what it is. It can get to the point to where the NFL got to pay out so much money, they might as well give players fully guaranteed contracts. And I ain't just talking about to the players. Because just think about it. Like we had looked it up and it said it can open up legal with other fans and players and stuff like that. Or former players. Like it could open up a whole can of worms, as they say, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it'd be you own it. You own it. It all connect. And like I said, man, that collateral collusion real. That collateral collusion real. That's crazy. You know, if I would have been on this first and then came up with all that stuff, but you know, it all come together when it need to. It all to come together when it need to. Hey, they're gonna pay regardless, man. God don't like ugly, you know. Hey, he just popped in. I guess it popped up on the algorithm like me, Evelyn say. The algorithm working. But that's why I told y'all when I was on my phone, I said I can't talk about it and show that I ain't gonna do it justice. I told you, Savage, I wasn't gonna do it justice. Just popping it up, showing y'all on my phone. No, I couldn't do that. If I was gonna do it, I had to do it right, and we just did it right. You know what I'm saying? We just did it right. But once again, I know it's past some of y'all bedtime. Cause Miss Robinson, she ain't been talking like that. Maybe she was in somebody else live, and then KD, I don't know where she went. She probably passed out drunk. And 420 with more communicative today. I hope you enjoy your jersey. Miss Born the Diva probably already asleep. She got her Shedeur Sanders jersey on, sleep in the bed. Savage, he was going crazy tonight. He might have took him a little boost of energy or energy drink. Miss Yolanda just got back in. See, KD was passed out. I told you. She heard it, gave me on her TV, and she heard me call her name, and then she want to pop up. BD always in here. She and B Watts and all that. Hey, but yo, don't forget, 8 a.m. in the morning, I'll be on B Watts live. That'll be my first live, you know what I'm saying, on somebody else's channel. We gonna see how I go. Appreciate you. But we gonna see how it go. You know, we gonna talk about some stuff that he got laid out, and hopefully see y'all there. Hey, I gotta tell the jokes. You know I gotta tell the jokes. Yo, I'm standing on business. Standing on business, trying to get my business. Yup, did it, etc. I don't even want to talk about dude, but you know, you bought 2 jerseys. Shedeur jersey? But yeah. Hey, we got some new Shedeur music. Tell me how y'all like it. If you don't like it, it's cool. Cause you know I still got them other ones. But yeah, we got a few other ones that I'm testing out. I just want to see do y'all got it. But y'all already know what time it is.
Shedeur, I didn't come to fit in, came to change it all. From 2 to 12, but I'm 1 in the flesh. Whole league shook, I apply that pressure. Prime's my pops, but I made my way. Cleveland cold, but I bring the flame. AP watch on my wrist like time talk. Chains on me, dance when I sidewalk. Pressure made diamonds, now I'm set. Legend in motion, I ain't peaked yet. Legendary, yeah. Legendary, yeah. Dropping dimes, came from the mud, now I'm ready. Legendary, talk to 'em. Legendary, let's ride. Chain on froze, but the fire won't die. QB1, that's me in the sky. I'm legendary, watch me fly. Cleveland, 12, they ain't ready. Y'all still think I'm just Prime's kid. Check the stats, I'm what legendary is. From HBCU nice to the league's big stage. I ain't skip steps, I embrace the cage. Perfect timing, not luck, it's grind. Wrote my name in the stars, now sign. Every down, every snap I pray, cause I know legends get crowned on game day. Legendary, yeah. Legendary, yeah. Dropping dimes, came from the mud, now I'm ready. Legendary, talk to 'em. Legendary, let's ride. Chain on frost, but the fire won't die. QB1, that's me in the sky. I'm legendary, watch me fly. Legacy don't come in a jersey. It comes in moments. I'm not just wearing the name. I'm living it. Legendary! Legendary! 12 on my back, cold in my veins, gold in my chains, fire in my brain. This ain't hype, it's divine design. Legendary now, it's my time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's go. 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 Let's go.
From 2 to 12, but I'm 1 in the flesh. Whole league shook, I apply that pressure. Prime's my pops, but I made my way. Cleveland cold, but I bring the flame. AP watch on my wrist like time talk. Chains on me, dance when I sidewalk. Pressure made diamonds, now I'm set. Legend in motion, I ain't peaking yet. Legendary, yeah. Legendary, yeah. Dropping dubs, came from the mud, now I'm ready. Legendary, talk to 'em. Legendary, that's right. Chain on froze, but the fire won't die. QB1, that's me in the fly. I'm legendary, watch me fly. what legendary is. From HBCU nights to the league's big stage. I ain't skip steps, I embrace the cage. Perfect timing, not luck, it's grind. Wrote my name in the stars, now it's signed. Every down, every snap I pray, cause I know legends get crowned on game day. Legendary, dropping dimes, came from the mud, now I'm ready, legendary, talk to him, legendary, let's ride. No chain on frost, but if I won't die, QB1, that's me in the sky. I'm legendary, watch me fly. Watch me fly. Watch me fly. Legacy don't come in a jersey. It comes in moments. I'm not just wearing a name. I'm living. Legend. Let's go. 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 Code 12 on my back. Gold in my veins. Gold in my chains. Fire in my brain. Yeah. Yeah. Slow panic. They doubted me. But time and time it was always perfect. Yeah. It's bigger than football. Huh. Yeah. Started as prime son, now I'm out the shadow. Walk through the fire, now I lead with bravado. Cleveland lights bright, wrists on freeze. QB1 now, got the whole league on its knees. They called it hype, but I called it work. From Boulder to the Browns, had to prove my worth. Chains on heavy, but my focus precise. Ice in my veins, go hard under ice. I'm legendary, written in stone. Came from the two, now I sit on the throne. Ice on my wrist, but I stay in the zone. Got it out the mud, now I built it alone. Legendary, watch me go. Time and ain't locked, it's a gift I show. Stay in the zone, got it out the mud, now I built it alone. Legendary, watch me go. Time and ain't luck, it's a gift I show. This for the ones who said I was just a name. Now every city chanting mine, ain't that insane? This ain't luck, this was written in flames. Legendary, ain't made its claim. Legendary like father, like son. But this my run, I'm the chosen one. Cleveland colors, ice on gold. Remember the name, this story's told. Doubted me, but timing was always perfect. This is American football. Started as prime son, now I'm out the shadow. Walk through the fire, now I lead with
bravado. Cleveland lights bright, wrists on freeze. QB1 now, got the whole league on its knees. They called it hype, but I called it word. From Boulder to the Browns, had to prove my word. Chains on heavy, but my focus precise. Ice in my veins, gold hard under ice. I'm legendary, written in stone. I came from the two, now I sit on the throne. Ice on my wrist, but I stay in the zone. Got it out the mud, now I build it alone. Legendary, watch me go. Terminate luck, it's a gift I show. Legendary, watch me go. Terminate luck, it's a gift I show. Ain't just Dion's boy, I'm the dream redefined. Put my head down, now I'm leading my time. All that talk, let the stats reply. Now I'm throwing flames under Cleveland skies. 12 on my back, but I'm 10 toes down. Flash on the field, still humble in town. AP bus, chain on frost, but my grind stays sharp. I don't care what it costs. Call 'em legendary, written in stone. Came from the two, now I sit on the throne. Ice on my wrist, but I stay in the zone. Got it out the mud, now I build it alone. Yeah, legendary, watch me go. Terminate luck, it's a gift I show. Legendary, watch me go. Terminate luck, it's a gift I show. This for the ones who said I was just a name. Now every city chanting mine, ain't that insane? This ain't luck, this was written in flames. Legendary ain't made, it's claimed. Legendary like father, like son. But this my run, I'm the chosen one. Cleveland colors, ice on gold. Remember the name, this story's told.